Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Tuesday, April 14th, 2009. This morning I thought I'd go back to scripting and take a look at some of the things that are possible in CenComm Smalltalk. First, let's take a look at scripting system, which is how this thing is set up, and it's how the command line is processed. So there are a number of things you can do. You can set it up interactive. If you start up your image with -i, you'll actually have an interactive Smalltalk shell in which you can type Smalltalk commands and write Smalltalk code. If you start it up with --, look at this, run script, actually down here, script, --, you'll see that you can start it up with a command line script. So you give it a .st file, for instance, and it will load that in, or it'll look for Smalltalk code right there on the command line, which probably isn't that practical any more than running a shell script on the command line is, but you can do it. There are a number of nice conveniences as well. If you go here into Script Runner, you find this is the object that's used as self when you're running scripts, and it has a number of interesting things you can do. You can use the print command to dump things to standard out. You can reference variables standard in, capital S, TDIN, standard out, standard error. You can do things like include files, and that will include something to be filed in here. You can do file ins directly with file in from. You can use to have parcels automatically loaded. So you can do a number of convenience things that will allow you to run things as a command line Smalltalk environment in a way that would be familiar to Unix people. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's kill this image. And what I've done is the same thing I did yesterday. I set that image up itself to have executable permissions, and then I can do things like this. First, let's take a look at this little script I've set up, process list, and not a terribly complex piece of Smalltalk. It's going to come in here, set up a list, it's going to stream over standard in, and it's just going to look through the thing that comes into it, assuming it's an ls-l listing, and it's going to look for all the things that were not in a previous year, like 2008, 2007, and so on. So let's do that, ls-l star.st, give you an idea what it comes back with, and now let's do ls-l star.st, piped through /scripter.im process list.st, and you'll see that it actually runs that. Now the image flashed up for a moment, which you notice that that's probably not what you want. Let's do the same thing, but we'll give it the -no GUI option here on the command line. So the same thing, ls-l star.st, piped through this command, and you'll see that no image popped up, but I got the same output, and it came back a lot faster because it didn't have to initialize the whole GUI subsystem. So let me clear this out and just show you exactly what that command line looks like again. ls-l star.st, standard Unix stuff there, piped through this image name, -no GUI to tell it don't put the GUI up, --, and my script, and there it comes back with all the file names that matched my little script. So you can run command line Smalltalk in kind of interesting ways and just put it right through a Unix pipe and do the same sorts of things in Smalltalk that you might otherwise do in shell script or Perl or Python or some other scripting language. If you're more familiar like I am with Smalltalk, you can do the same things. You can build up your own little command line library of Smalltalk stuff. So we'll leave it there for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.